President Trump backing on the offensive over a weekend statement he made about Sweden. And he's blaming the media for distorting the story. Here's how it started at the president's rally in Florida.
You look at what's happening last night in Sweden. Sweden. Who would believe this? Sweden.
Social media quickly exploded, questioning what exactly happened in Sweden. According to the Swedish government, nothing happened. And they want the White House to explain the statement. But President Trump yesterday claimed he got the story from a segment on the Fox News channel. And this morning he tweeted, "Give the public a break. The fake news media is trying to say that large-scale immigration in Sweden is working out just beautifully. Not!" Exclamation point. So is Trump making a good point or trying to get his foot out of his mouth? The panel is back. Jessica Tarlov, Jimmy Failla, and Kmele Foster. Kmele, it's kind of Trumparian. He kind of throws it out, and it's sort of, he heard something, and it was like he was brushing his teeth, watching Fox News.
Or something. Look, I mean, here's the issue. The media is looking for a candidate who is going to talk in well-prepared, carefully researched talking points. He mentioned something that he thinks he might have seen on the news. Perhaps this was an honest mistake. I'm going to presume it is. In circumstances like this, it is almost always better to focus on the actual story here. And the claim that he's making about whether or not immigrants into Sweden are responsible for a disproportionate amount of the crime is something that we can actually look at. In recent years, we have seen crime go down. It is true that many immigrant groups are overrepresented in crime statistics in Sweden. But I don't know if we actually have clear-cut evidence on what's happened, say, in 2016 in Sweden. And that seems to be the most important thing. It's not even clear that that has anything to do with whether or not it would be a good thing or a bad thing for the United States to bring people here.
Right. But that's what he was talking about, but it was the Sweden last night.
He's always making a comparison to European countries, and what happened last year in Germany was frightening, and it was frightening to everyone across the board in Brussels, in Paris, and I think
how about the Cologne sexual
Well, that's what I'm referring to about what happened in Germany, where Angela Merkel finally had to stand up there and say, hey, maybe we shouldn't have taken so many at once, but they took 1 million. I mean, we're not taking 1 million.
Which fell by 600,000 last year. It fell from about 1 million down.
And I'm happy to see that there should be a response when you do have a crime spike like that. I appreciate how magnanimous you are about this Sweden tweet situation. I think that it is problematic for the president to be lashing out like that, to not take a moment to actually figure out what the segment was about, what it actually said before he went out there.
What is actually scary is that a president is gathering talking points by listening to the TV. Kind of like my drunk uncle would do before Thanksgiving. Like, what are we going to do if he gets to a hotel that doesn't have Fox News? We're going to have a bunch of Knight Rider quotes standing at a presidential podium. You know what I mean?
But why is anybody surprised by that, though? He's riffing.
Yeah, like, oh, that's the thing. I love it about, listen to me, I love it about him, and I think it's something people are going to come to embrace, is that you realize when you do get sidetracked, like Kmele just said about how he laid that point out, you do take the focus off the substance, which is that this is a big issue.
I will make the argument, though, people started looking up Sweden and immigration and actually educated themselves on it.
That wouldn't have.
Just by saying Sweden, look what happened in Sweden.
Yeah, and let's
totally unintended.
Yes, and let's talk about the real violence threat out of Sweden, which is couples building IKEA furniture together. You know how many people get stabbed a year building an end table with their wife?
They make me really want someone. I think it's just so cute when you see the couples in the IKEA and shopping around.
Yeah, that relationship will last exactly 3 months if you try to build IKEA furniture.
I just want someone I can beat with an Allen key.
No, I was excited, though, because I was on that episode of Tucker, so I know the president watched me. He probably did not think kind things, because I think I said some nasty stuff. But that was the excitement for me about the tweet.
See, again, you never know when President Trump is watching.
I think we know it's all the time, unless we can see him at a rally.